Let's have a conversation about what really happens in family law litigation. The first thing to understand is that attorneys don't have your child's best interest at heart. Their legal responsibility is to you, and most attorneys' primary goal is to make money. The more that you and your ex fight, the more billable hours for the attorney. Your attorney will lie to you, and your ex's attorney will lie about you. At least that's very common. And if an attorney that you're interviewing knows you're headed towards litigation, they'll play the game and advise you not to go through with it, and then proceed to tell you how they'll win if you do go through with it. And let me tell you, if litigation starts, nobody but the attorneys win. You and your ex have to live with one another for the rest of your lives. The attorneys get to walk away from that carnage and go directly to the bank with your life savings and your children's college fund. The vast majority of family court systems across the U.S. are bound by this very vague standard called the best interest of the child. It's a poorly defined, pernicious notion that leaves the door wide open and even invites all form of manipulation and bad behavior from all the parties involved, particularly the attorneys. Your privacy will be invaded and litigating will feel like a second job. In Texas, where both matter is located, there are a ton of pieces of information that are discoverable in custody litigation that will shock you. Let me just read this to you. So, social media accounts, including all Facebook posts and private messages, the contents of either parent's computer, including emails, text messages backed up to iTunes, browser history, itemized bank statements going back up to 7 years showing every purchase you've made for any account owned by either parent, medical and mental health treatment of parents and children, mountains and mountains of documents that cost $350 an hour for your attorney to put together, such as titles, lease agreements, loan agreements, contracts, etc., etc. They'll spend hours assembling all this information so that they can bill you and your ex a fortune. Now, in Texas, which I'm saying all this about Texas because that's where both matter is located. The fact is, we're pretty standard for what goes on across the country. But here, the average attorney's fees for divorce with children is $15,600, and the average duration of the divorce proceedings is 14 months. So before you consider initiating a divorce, please sign up for our free online class, The Present, because it will walk you through what divorcing with a child really looks like and how destructive that process becomes if you allow attorneys to drive the process. And I mentioned this in another video. I'll mention it again. It's important to note that parents who never married will face additional challenges and hurdles should they choose to separate. And again, 40% of children in the U.S. are born outside of a marriage. The father in most states has absolutely no legal right to his child, even if his name's on the birth certificate, until those rights are established through the legal system. And even if you and your co-parent are on fantastic terms, it is crucial that you protect the relationship between you and your child just to protect against the future. What if your co-parent is hospitalized and you don't have the legal right to get your children's immunization records or school records, whatever? Just important that you establish that legally. And if divorce is inevitable, make sure that you don't allow attorneys or judges who don't know your child to control the process. Nothing good will come of it. Now, a lot of parents believe that they can win in court, but if you're the winner, do you really want your child to be co-parented by a loser?
I don't know what to say.